Be me, 34-year-old software engineer named Lisa. Work at a mid-sized tech company called Data Pulse. We build analytics dashboards for enterprise clients. Been there 3 years. Started as a junior. Worked my way up to senior. Pretty proud of my trajectory, honestly. The engineering team is mostly guys. Like 12 developers, 3 women including me. The other 2 women are on different teams. My team specifically has 6 people. Me, Kevin, Darren, Amit, James, and our tech lead Victor. All of them are decent coworkers. Nothing overtly weird. But there is this thing, this feeling I cannot shake. Victor, Kevin, and Darren have this dynamic. They have been friends since college, apparently. Joined the company around the same time. Been working together for 7 years. They eat lunch together every day. Same spot in the cafeteria. Sometimes they go to this Vietnamese place down the street. I have never been invited. It is a Wednesday in September. Release week for our biggest client update. Everyone is stressed. I am debugging a nasty memory leak. Been at it for 3 hours. Finally, figure out it is a circular reference in the event listeners. I fix it. Push the commit. Feel pretty good about myself. Kevin walks over to my desk. Hey, Lisa. Nice catch on that listener bug. Thanks, I say. He keeps walking. Head straight to Victor's office. I hear them talking. Something about basketball tickets for Friday. Darren joins them. They are all laughing about something. I cannot hear what. I look back at my screen. The good feeling is gone. That night I am at home, scrolling through Twitter. See a thread about women in tech. Someone is talking about the bro culture problem. How informal networks exclude women. How the real decisions happen over beers and basketball games. I think about Kevin, Darren, and Victor. Their lunches. Their inside jokes. Their basketball tickets. I start connecting dots. Maybe this is why Victor always picks Kevin's PRs first for review. Maybe this is why Darren got that architecture project last quarter. Maybe this is why I feel invisible. I screenshot the Twitter thread. Send it to my friend Morgan in marketing. She responds immediately. Oh my God, yes. It is the same here. Brian and the sales bros are always golfing. I never get invited to anything. We text for 2 hours. Building this narrative together. Finding patterns everywhere. Thursday morning. I come into work with new eyes. Watching everything. Victor assigns code reviews for the week. Gives Kevin the complex authentication module. Gives me the dashboard widget refactor. The authentication work is more visible, more critical to the release. I know this because I have been asking for those assignments for months. I add it to my mental list. Lunchtime. The 3 of them head out together. Amit asks if anyone wants to join him at the cafeteria. I say sure. We eat together. Talk about the release, random stuff. He is nice, but I am distracted. I keep looking at the door, wondering where they went, what they are talking about, what decisions are being made without me. That weekend I draft a blog post. Do not publish it yet. Title is The Invisible Women of Tech. Monday morning. All hands meeting. CEO announces a new initiative. Company is creating an innovation committee. 6 members will be selected. They will evaluate and greenlight new product ideas. Big deal. High visibility. Nominations open this week. I see Victor writing something in his notebook. He is definitely going to nominate one of his buddies. I approach our director, Sarah, after the meeting. She is the most senior woman in engineering. Been here 10 years. Hey, Sarah, I was wondering about the innovation committee. Oh, yeah, exciting stuff. I wanted to throw my name in. She looks at me thoughtfully. You should definitely apply. We need more women represented in these spaces. I feel validated. I write up my application that night, list all my contributions, the memory leak fix, the dashboard optimization I did last quarter, my 3 years of consistent work. I also add something extra, a section about bringing diverse perspectives, how women approach problems differently, how inclusion drives innovation. I submit it, feeling righteous. Wednesday. Nominations are posted. 12 people applied. 6 will be selected. Victor nominated himself, obviously. Kevin applied. Some people from other teams I do not really know. Friday. Results come out. I am not selected. Victor made it. Kevin made it. 4 others, including 1 woman from the product team. I stare at the email, feel my face getting hot. Sarah walks by, sees my expression, comes over. Hey, you okay? I did not make the committee. Oh, Lisa, I am sorry. It is fine. It is not fine. Sarah sits down. You know what? This might be for the best. They are going to be in meetings, constantly. Tons of extra work. I nod, but I am not listening. That night, I post my blog, The Invisible Women of Tech. Do not name the company, but it is obvious enough. I talk about exclusionary cultures, about informal networks, about how merit is a myth when the game is rigged. It gets shared around. 50 likes, then 100. People I do not know are commenting. This is so important. Thank you for speaking up. Morgan texts me. You are so brave. I feel powerful. Monday morning. The office feels different. People are looking at me. Or maybe I am imagining it. Victor calls me into his office, closes the door. My stomach drops. So, I read your blog post. Okay, is there something you want to talk about? I feel cornered, but also defiant. I just shared my experiences. Women in tech face real barriers. Victor nods slowly. I am not disagreeing with that. But some of the things you wrote, about informal networks making decisions, about who gets what assignments. I stay quiet. Lisa, I assign work based on who is best suited for each task. Kevin has more experience with authentication systems. He literally wrote our original auth module. I feel my argument slipping. It is about patterns, I say. Perception matters. Victor sighs. Look, if you want more complex assignments, just tell me. I cannot read minds. I thought you were happy with your current workload. You never asked. He looks genuinely confused. That is fair. Let us talk about this more after the release, okay? I leave his office feeling weird. Not vindicated, not defeated, just weird. The release happens Friday. Minor bugs, but nothing major. Everyone is relieved. Monday after the release. Victor calls a team meeting, says he wants to try something new. We are going to rotate the high-visibility work. Everyone gets a turn on critical systems. Starting next sprint. He looks at me when he says it. I should feel good. I got what I wanted. But Kevin catches my eye. His expression is unreadable. After the meeting, Darren approaches me. Hey, so I read your blog. Oh, I just wanted to say, if you ever wanted to grab lunch with us, you could have just asked. We figured you preferred eating with Amit and the others. I did not know how to respond to that. You never invited me. He shrugs. We do not really invite each other either. We just go. Anyone can join. He walks away. I stand there processing. That night I am at home. Morgan calls. She is upset. Brian saw my blog post, shared it with their whole team. Now everyone is walking on eggshells around her. She feels ostracized. I try to comfort her. But I am distracted, thinking about what Darren said. The next few weeks are strange. Victor gives me the authentication module for the next sprint. Exactly what I asked for. Except I quickly realize I do not actually know this codebase that well. Kevin has been maintaining it for 3 years. There are undocumented patterns everywhere. I spend hours trying to figure out a bug. Finally, I swallow my pride. Walk over to Kevin's desk. Hey, can you explain how the token refresh logic works? He looks up, pauses for just a second too long. Sure. He walks me through it, patient but distant. Something has changed between us. The next team meeting. Victor asks for status updates. I mention I am still getting up to speed on auth. Might need an extra day. Kevin, can you pair with Lisa tomorrow morning? Kevin nods, but does not look at me. We pair the next day. He explains things, answers my questions. But there is no warmth, no jokes, no casual conversation. Just professional courtesy. I realize I have damaged something. By the end of the sprint, I have gotten the hang of the auth system, shipped my feature on time. But the team dynamic is different now. Victor still has lunch with Kevin and Darren, but they are quieter about it, more careful, like they are worried someone is watching. One day, I overhear Amit talking to James, whispering about the blog post, about how people are afraid to say anything now. I pretend not to hear. The Innovation Committee has its first meeting. I am not invited, obviously, but I watch Victor and Kevin head to the conference room. Tell myself it does not matter. I have the auth module now. I got what I wanted. Except I did not really want this. I wanted to belong, to be part of the inside group, to feel included. Instead, I have assignments, but not friendships, responsibilities, but not relationships. November comes, performance review season. Victor writes my review. It is good, meets expectations, positive feedback, mentions my growth on the authentication system. But there is a section about collaboration. Needs to develop stronger working relationships with team members. Could benefit from more direct communication about needs and concerns. I stare at that paragraph for a long time. I think about the birthday dinner that started it all. Except, it was not a birthday dinner. It was just lunch. And basketball tickets. And years of friendship I was never part of. I think about Darren saying, I could have just asked. About Victor saying he cannot read minds. About Kevin's patient but distant explanations. I think about my blog post. Still up, still getting occasional likes. Strangers telling me I am brave. But here in this office, I am not brave. I am isolated. December, holiday party at some fancy restaurant downtown. The company rents the whole back room. I show up, find Morgan immediately. We stand by the bar together, watching. Victor, Kevin, and Darren are at a table. They are laughing about something. Some shared memory, probably. You ever think maybe we were wrong? I ask Morgan. About what? All of it. She looks at me sharply. What do you mean wrong? We were right about everything. The exclusion, the boys' club. I take a sip of my wine. Were we, though? Or did we just interpret everything through that lens? Morgan goes quiet. I keep talking. Darren said I could have just asked to join them. Maybe the invitation was always there. Maybe I was waiting for something that was not going to come. That is victim blaming, Morgan says. Her voice is hard. It was not our job to force our way in. They should have been more inclusive. I do not argue, but I am not sure anymore. After the party, I am waiting for my ride. Victor comes outside, smoking, which surprises me. Hey, he says. Hey, good party. Yeah. We stand in silence. Then he says something unexpected. You know, I nominated you for the Innovation Committee. What? I did, he says. Sarah did too. You just did not make the final cut. I feel the ground shift under me. Why did you not tell me? Would it have mattered? I think about this. Probably not. I had already decided why I did not make it, before I even knew the reasons. Victor finishes his cigarette. Look, Lisa, I know you think there is some conspiracy, some boys' club keeping you down. But Kevin, Darren, and me, we have been friends for years. We like the same sports, same movies. We hang out because we are friends, not because we are excluding anyone. I stay silent. If you want to join us for lunch sometime, the offer stands. We would be happy to have you. But you have to actually want to be there, not just to prove a point. He goes back inside. I stand in the cold, thinking. January. New year. New attempt. I approach Kevin at his desk. Hey. He looks up warily. Hey. I wanted to apologize. For what? For the blog post. For assuming the worst about everyone. For making things weird. He is quiet for a moment. I appreciate that. It does not fix everything. But it is a start. That week, Victor mentions they are going to the Vietnamese place. Want to come? I hesitate. Then I say, sure. Lunch is awkward at first. I do not know what to talk about. They have years of shared context I am not part of. But Darren asks about my weekend, and Amit asks about the auth module. And slowly it gets easier. I do not become part of the inner circle overnight. That is not how friendships work. They take time, shared experiences, trust. But I stop waiting to be invited. I start showing up. February. Sarah asks if I want to mentor an intern. New woman starting in engineering. Young, eager, probably nervous. I say yes, her first week. I take her to lunch. Just the two of us. I tell her about the team, who does what, how things work. She asks about the culture. Is it like, bro-y here? I read some stuff online. I think about my blog post, still out there, still painting a picture. I am honest with her. There are friend groups, I say, people who have known each other for years. It can feel exclusive at first. She nods. So what do? You show up. You ask to be included. You do not assume the worst. She looks at me carefully. That sounds like you learned that the hard way. I did. We finish lunch, walk back to the office. I point out Victor's office. He is a good manager, I tell her. Direct with him about what you want. He is not going to guess. She nods again. Thanks for the advice. March. The Innovation Committee announces their first approved project, a new machine learning feature for the dashboard. Kevin is leading it. I feel a twinge of something. Jealousy, maybe, but smaller than before, because I know now. He got it because he deserved it, because he had the skills and the relationships and the track record. And I am building mine. Differently, but building. Victor asks if I want to help with the ML integration. Not lead, but contribute. I say yes. It is good work. Challenging. Visible. The intern asks me how I got on the project. I told Victor I wanted more challenging work, and I delivered on the last project. And I showed up. She nods like she is taking notes. April. Spring happy hour. Everyone at some bar downtown. I am at a table with Kevin, Darren, and Amit. We are arguing about some technical decision, whether to use GraphQL or REST for the new API. It is the kind of argument I used to watch from the outside. Now I am in it. My opinion matters, because I earned the respect. Later, Morgan finds me. She is still struggling at work. Brian and the sales bros still exclude her. You should talk to them, I suggest. Just ask to be included. She shakes her head. That is not how it should work. They should include me automatically. I do not argue, but I see myself in her. A year ago version of myself, waiting for something that was never going to come. May performance review time again. This one is different. Exceeds expectations. Strong collaboration with team members. Excellent. Mentorship of junior engineers. Recommended for senior promotion track. I read it twice. Feel something I have not felt in a long time. Earned success. Victor has a meeting with me. You have grown a lot this year. Thanks, I mean it. You came in frustrated and you turned it around. A lot of people do not do that. I think about where I was a year ago, convinced everyone was against me, writing angry blog posts, burning bridges. I deleted the blog post, by the way, I tell him. I saw. I am sorry, I wrote it. He shrugs. You were not entirely wrong. We could have been more welcoming. I have been thinking about that. So, we both learned something. Apparently, he laughs. First real laugh he has given me. Feels like progress. June, end of fiscal year. Team celebration. Kevin brings his wife. Darren brings his boyfriend. I bring my partner Marcus. We all sit at a big table. Drinking, telling stories. I know some of the inside jokes now. Not all of them. But some. Marcus asks how work is going. Better, I tell him. Finally, better. He squeezes my hand under the table. I know it has been hard. I told you it would get better. I did not believe him a year ago. I thought the system was rigged, that nothing would change unless I burned it down. But systems are just people, and people can surprise you, if you let them. Victor raises a glass. To the team. We all drink. I think about the woman I was a year ago. Angry, righteous, certain she was being wronged. She was not entirely wrong, but she was not entirely right either. The truth is messier than a blog post, messier than a Twitter thread, messier than the narratives we build to explain our pain. I wanted to prove they were excluding me, so I excluded myself. I wanted to show they were unfair, so I was unfair to them. I thought I was fighting patriarchy. I was fighting loneliness. Just did not know the difference. The intern messages me later. Thanks for everything this year. You made this place feel less scary. I stare at that message for a long time. Think about what I almost did, how I almost poisoned it for everyone. But I did not. I caught myself. Barely. I type back. You earned your spot here. Remember that. And if you ever feel excluded, try showing up first. Before you write the angry blog post. She sends a laughing emoji. Noted. I close my laptop. Look around the celebration. Kevin and Darren doing shots. Victor talking to Amit's wife. The intern awkwardly trying to network. I am not the hero of this story. I am not the victim either. I am just someone who was wrong. And slowly figured it out. The Vietnamese place is open late. Darren suggests we go. You coming, Lisa? Yeah, I am coming. We walk there together. The whole group. I am not at the center, not leading the conversation, but I am there, finally. Actually there. And it turns out, that was all I ever needed to be.